You're listening to Maccabee Nation, episode number 6. We are the Silver Platter. As we gear up for Memorial Day here in America and prepare to pay our respects to the soldiers who gave their lives in war, I've been thinking more than usual about the price of freedom and those who rise to pay it. Robert Heinlein, one of my favorite science fiction writers, once said, "You can have peace, or you can have freedom. Don't ever count on having both at once." Is he right? We can't have both? It seems like that's the case for most democratic countries. Israel has a very similar day, called Yom HaZikaron, which recently passed. This day is meant to honor fallen IDF soldiers and victims of terrorism, who bravely gave their lives to defend and build the State of Israel. This day is always tough. But this year, many of us found it exceptionally difficult as we continue to learn about new casualties, both soldiers and hostages, on a near-daily basis. As I catch up with Zionist friends and family members in Israel, America, and around the world, there's a reoccurring theme that everyone feels like they could be doing more to help the war effort. Even friends who are actively deployed and fighting frequently share this sentiment with me. This is the essence, I think, of what it means to be Israeli. Born in conflict and persevering through difficult years, each generation continues doing their part to ensure the next generation's future. As I reflect this year on Yom HaZikaron, I am reminded of Chaim Weizmann, the first president of the State of Israel, who wrote the famous poem, The Silver Platter, that goes like this.
The earth grows still. The lurid sky slowly pales over smoking borders. Heartsick but still living, a people stand by to greet the uniqueness of the miracle. Readied, they wait beneath the moon, wrapped in awesome joy before the light. Then soon, a girl and boy step forward and slowly walk before the waiting nation. In work clothes and heavy shod, they climb in stillness, wearing still the dress of battle, the grime of aching day and fired night. Unwashed, weary until death, not knowing rest, but wearing youth like dewdrops in their hair. Silently the two approach and stand. Are they of the quick or of the dead? Through wondering tears the people stare. Who are you, the silent two? And they reply, we are the silver platter, upon which the Jewish state was served to you, and speaking, fall in shadow at the nation's feet. Let the rest in Israel's chronicles be told.
For me, this poem helps me remember that every sacrifice is not in vain. The price of self-determination is indeed high, but we get to live our dream of building a Jewish future in our indigenous homeland if we are willing to continue paying it. Last week, when I was driving my older son and daughter to school, and I explained the concept of Yom HaZikaron to them, I told them that today, we remember and honor the men and women who defended Israel during war, and that some of them died while doing so. My daughter asked if that means that Israel is safe now, that no one else will die. While we wish as parents we can just say yes, or even say it will be. The reality is, every generation is the silver platter. There is likely no end to the sacrifices Western democratic societies must make to ensure lasting peace. This is a hard reality to accept, so it makes sense why so many people try to ignore facts in favor of pretending there can be peace without conflict. Unfortunately, evil exists in the world and needs to be confronted, because history has shown us that appeasing evil men does not work. When we prioritize empathy for others over our own well-being, or the well-being of our community more broadly, we risk everyone's safety. For example, many well-intentioned people would prefer Israel not hold Hamas accountable for their vicious crimes because they are concerned reaching them will cause too much collateral damage. While their intentions may be good, they are not thinking through the long-term consequences of creating a precedent and incentive to launch future terror campaigns that will cause more suffering in the end. This is a concept Saad God, an evolutionary behavioral scientist, frequently refers to as suicidal empathy in his book, The Parasitic Mind, which is a good read. How can we explain this to our children when we can barely make sense of it as adults? Easy. You change the topic, and wait for them to ask your unsuspecting wife about it later. If confronted, claim they must have learned about it in Hebrew school. Israel is unique in that immediately following her day of remembrance for fallen soldiers, you immediately celebrate the founding of the nation. While there are still many great sacrifices to come, At least we have an army, and the ability to defend ourselves. We have a choice. We are free. As we honor our fallen in America and in Israel, don't forget to celebrate life and spend quality time with your friends and family making happy memories. Sacrifices are made so we can be free and enjoy life. So let's honor the dead by living. To those who served, thank you. To those who have lost loved ones who've served and who have supported family members serving, thank you. Stay classy, Maccabee Nation. Until next time.